Hey guys, it's your girl TyraMuffin here, and I am recording this video. I never really know what to say in the beginning of a video, ever. Okay, so this video is just gonna be how to forgive. Okay, we about to forgive y'all because there's just too much going on in this world for us to be sitting over here angry at people and letting them control us. Anyways, we're gonna get into everything. I already know I'm about to drop some gems, so go ahead and like and subscribe to me, guys, and go ahead and comment as well. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So by the way, I have 3 pages of notes. Like, I just dropped everything I knew because I had to use these techniques for myself, like, to forgive, seriously. So I just want to start off by saying, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my notes. So this is not an overnight thing, but it takes work every single day. It only took me a few days to really fully forgive the people that I wanted to forgive, pretty much. So forgiving somebody, you really have to be ready. You're gonna be uncomfortable doing some things that, at least the way I've learned how to forgive, I taught myself how to forgive people. So the ways I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be uncomfortable. So you need to make sure that you're mature enough. You need to make sure that you're ready to forgive because, you know, it's just what it is. You know, you gotta be ready, and you gotta be mentally ready to do things that you wouldn't have done or that you wouldn't do because of this person that you don't like. You got to be able to get out of this mental block. Like, we're here to grow, we're here to forgive, and we're here to overall just make our lives happier. Okay, so let's start with the definition of forgiving. Forgive definition: to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. So I'm gonna read that one more time because I thought it was very powerful. Forgive definition: to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. Okay, so that's what forgiveness is. That's what we're going to be working on today. For me, I had to look at it religiously. I'm more spiritual than religious, but I feel like the religion part of it is what helped me through. And there's also a side for my non-religious people, so it's a very inclusive video for everybody. I had to use both sides, so hopefully it helps you guys. Y'all, I can't believe this. I set my phone up and everything just to not have the ring light on. Like, what's up with that? Anyways. So before we get into the religious and the non-religious, which is the essential part of my video, we're going to talk about how you know when you need to forgive. Okay, it's not always clear. It's important to realize that everything happens for a reason, and everything that does happen is a part of the timeline that's in your life. And everything is also a learning experience. So kind of just, I know you guys probably have somebody in mind. That's probably why you clicked this video. You guys have somebody in mind, and it's important to keep that person in mind throughout the whole video, and then throughout the ways to forgive. It's important to just think of that person mentally, okay? So how to know when you need to forgive. Thinking about somebody immediately and thinking about somebody and like you're immediately disgusted whether they did something or not. Okay, so I thought I forgave everybody, but then I just kept thinking about this ex, like, oh, not that they did anything to me, but what I realized was, okay, maybe I don't need to forgive them. Maybe I need to forgive myself for dating that person. So I think that's what it is. So I'm going to have to do some forgiving a little later on today. Decide what you could be angry at. And if you can't think of anything, you might need self-reflection or self-forgiving. Okay, so like I said, exactly what I just said. Okay, now before I get into the actual meat of the video, I like when people say that. I'm going to get in the meat of the video. Anyways, it's supposed to be serious. Okay, so I want to talk about the religious and the non-religious side of it. So the things that helped me out on the religious side of it was scripture, Mark 11 verse 25. Now, when I was going through my forgiving process, I didn't know that this was the verse. In fact, I actually just looked up what's the verse that says this right before I made this video. But anyways, it's Mark 11 25, and it says, and whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father who is in heaven may forgive you. Pretty much saying, if you want to be forgiven, then you need to forgive. Check yourself and forgive that next person, because we're not about to be hypocrites when we go to heaven. We're going to forgive everybody. So that's what really, really helps me. So that's on that part. And then if you're not religious, because I use this side as well, I wrote, what makes me so perfect that someone else can't make mistakes towards me? Okay, so I'm gonna have some more questions that you can ask yourself on the non-religious side of things, so that you guys can all feel inclusive or whatever. So there are steps to forgiving for sure. I'm not a forgiveness expert, but for me, these are the things that I had to do to forgive these people. So I just want to be as open and honest as I can be. When I was writing all of my notes down, I had one person mainly in mind, which was my mom's husband, whatever. I really had to forgive him. Like, not that he smacked me up or called me this name or did this and that. I just had such huge angry feelings towards him. I just could not. Okay? So, when I wrote these steps down, I had to take these steps to forgive this person. And like I told you guys, you gotta be in the right mindset. You gotta want to forgive, and you gotta make yourself uncomfortable. Step number 1, think about that person. What do they look like? Picture them in your head, okay? So, like I said, it's very uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable doing this. So I just closed my eyes. I had a nice, peaceful environment, and I pictured my mom's husband in my head, okay? I just thought about him for a second, which was very weird, okay? And then the next step is to think about the people who love them, their parents, their kids, their siblings. And if you can't think of anybody, then just think of Jesus, because Jesus loves everybody, okay? So, I think it's important to think about the people who love the person that you're angry with, or the person that you're trying to forgive, because it just makes you look at them like they're human, okay? Okay, this is a line right here, okay? This is me, and this is the person that I don't like. If I'm looking at it on my side, if I'm looking at them through my side of the wall, I'm looking at all the angry things. But if I'm looking at, if I go to their side of the wall, right, and I'm not me anymore, and I'm not angry anymore, I see the family that loves them, and I see the people who see the good in that person. So it starts to change the way I feel about, not the way I feel, but it just makes me look at them like they're human. They have people that like them just like everybody. They have people that don't like them. So I just want to take a second to pull out of my own self and go on this side and see, think about the people who love them. They can be loved, obviously, so I don't know if that made sense, but that helped me out. Okay, now is the tough part. Not really, I don't know. Okay, think about what they did to you and why. Were they going through things? What emotions were they showing when they did whatever to make you angry or make you feel like you gotta forgive them? Okay, so in my situation, if I'm thinking about my mom's husband, I'm thinking about all the times that he was just so angry, like so angry. And I just want to speak carefully, you know, guys. I'm just trying to not put, I mean, I don't know. But, okay, he was very angry towards us. He didn't treat us like we were family. And, I mean, in the beginning, I feel like me and my siblings, we were all so, like, no matter who my mom dates, we were all so strong and so tough. Like, we're so guarded. We don't give them the chance. We give them the chance. We know our manners. We know to be nice. But the second that you cut up, okay, we're not being nice no more. We all gang up on you. And it's not like we're being mean towards you, like, oh, you want to do this, that, this. No, we shut down. At least for me, I shut down. I'm not going to go out of my way to speak to you. I'm not going to, you know, I don't know. You're just a body with a soul inside of it, but I don't acknowledge it. I mean, that's the cold shoulder. And honestly, I feel like I had to be that way because we've had a lot of people in our lives like that. So, yeah. I mean, not to get into specifics, but just think about the things that they did to you, okay? And think about why they probably did it. This case, maybe his head wasn't where it needed to be. Sometimes you get into things that you shouldn't be getting into. Okay, next up is put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if you were in their shoes? Okay, so I guess with me, I didn't take every teeny little detail because it was an overall sort of thing for me. So I didn't have to think about the time he did this or the time he did that. I just looked at it as collective. So yeah, put yourself in their shoes. How would you react in a certain situation where you probably feel like they have done you wrong or they just weren't themselves? I don't know. You kind of just have to step out of your own body and out of your own mentality and think about the things that they could have been going through. I'm not making any type of excuses for anybody because everyone should treat everybody, you know, with respect and with love and care, but obviously that's just not the case. That's not the case, and sometimes it takes a bigger person such as yourself to take that initiative and say, okay, they might be going through things and they might be feeling this type of way. They're gonna treat me this type of way because of the way they feel. They don't know how to get themselves in tune. It's all about self-control. It's all about control. So once you realize it's not about just you anymore, and you realize they have this going against them, and they just decided to take something out on you, or they want to, I don't know, because everybody's situation is different. But sometimes it takes for you to get out of your own head and out of your own situation and look at things on the other side. That's why I say you just really have to be ready to explore what forgiveness is, because it's not just, okay, I forgive you, and then a couple of days later somebody mentions them and you're just like, girl, what is you doing? Like, I thought you just took the time to forgive them. Like, that's how you know you still need to forgive them. So that's another thing. Okay. Okay. So now that we got that stuff out of the way, now it's really just time to meditate. It's really time to get out of your comfort zone. So what I legit had to do about my mom's husband, I sat on my floor and I had to humble myself. I said, I don't want this person to have control over me anymore, because that's essentially what it is. When you're angry at somebody and you see them and automatically your mood is changed, they have control over you, honey. And I'm about to talk about that in just a minute. So let's go on with this next step. What I had to do was I had to sit on my floor, super uncomfortable. I had to close my eyes, of course, and I just thought of his face. And I kind of just did that until I stopped feeling like, until you're not uncomfortable anymore, pretty much. Now, we're going to go back into the religious and the non-religious part of it. Now, let me reread the religious and the non-religious part, just so you guys can refresh. Whenever you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone, so that your Father who is in heaven may forgive you. Non-religious. Actually, I'm gonna stick with the religion for just a second, okay? So, with that being said, ask yourself, okay, for real. This is where I had to really check myself. This is the reason I started forgiving people, for real. Okay, ask yourself, is not forgiving this person worth my spot in heaven? Do they mean this much to me that I'm gonna forfeit my spot in heaven just to not forgive them? For real? For real. Let me ask those questions again. And really ask yourself these questions. Especially if you're religious, if you want to go to heaven, if you want to go to wherever the peaceful part of it when you die or whatever, ask yourself, is not forgiving this person worth my spot in heaven? Do they mean this much to me that I'm gonna forfeit my spot in heaven just to not forgive them? Okay? Ask yourself that. For my non-religious folk, I got something for you too. I sure do. Okay. Is this energy I'm putting towards being angry, because it takes energy to be angry at somebody, is it worth it? Okay? And then the next part is, okay, you know it takes energy, right? Y'all know how I was talking about control. Watch this. So, it's just like, dang, they got that much control over you to change your whole mood? Yikes. Like, when they come into the room and you were happy having a whole conversation, and they come into the room and now you're just like, your neck start rolling, your eyes start rolling, everything start popping up here because it's just rolling. But like, dang, they got that much control over you that they're gonna change the way you start acting. Or okay, if you don't shut down and you're not quiet like me, but you like to let them know that they not pressing you, so you're not gonna change your attitude or anything. You just gonna be a little more confident so that they know that they're not pressing you. Oh, like you just start acting all obnoxious and stuff just so they see that you're happy, but you really pressed low key. Like, dang, they got that much control over you to be doing all that? Child, you can have it. Okay, I had to ask myself those questions, and I had to legit answer. Like, sometimes the answer would be yes, they do have that much control over me, because I was so stubborn. I didn't want to forgive. I didn't want to forgive. There was a part of me who, I guess, kind of liked that being angry, or that being deceitful, when, or like being like nasty whenever somebody that I don't like comes around. It's just like, sometimes you just gotta grow out of those things. If you want yourself to level up and go to these next levels mentally, spiritually, financially even, all of these things have a hold on you. You really have to look at yourself and say, what can I do that's going to better my life, and that's going to better my mentality? You legit have to go in a dark room or go in a white room or something. Ask yourself these questions and be real. For once, be real. Just straight up with yourself. Like, for real. All right, y'all. If you guys have any questions, definitely feel free to comment. Please comment and DM me on Instagram at _TyraMuffin_. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my website. I am a newly small business owner. I have a little clothing boutique. I sell jewelry, purses, clothes, of course, some eyelashes to stay cute. Okay, guys, I have so many different things coming to the website. It's AttentionbyTyra.com. Follow my business Instagram page at AttentionbyTyra. And also, if you like me and you like my family, I guess, follow the Huff and Hustle on Instagram, and also follow my daughter at Corbin.Jew. And just keep updated with us, guys. Like, we interesting. It's like, I don't know. Everything is a journey. So, thank you guys again for watching. Subscribe, like, everything, all that.